about this show because it's pretty much this is all fake. Big, huge, absolutely incredible titties. Actually, sexual jokes, jerking off as he is the virgin boy, huge titties. I mean, it's a serious hunker. I'm so miserable. Shit on her. A real sad bad hunker. She's just a big bitch and I hate her so much. I was kind of drunk last night. She's just a monster. Hunter by Crunchyroll. E-girl makeup? Not. Shit happens. He dies. The first one that you've probably already heard of, you've probably already seen, and it's Uzaki-chan wa Asabitai. This is what the main characters look like. The grey hair girl is Uzaki-chan. She has big, huge, absolutely incredible titties, and people have been shitting on her, completely unrelated to the actual show. This doesn't have anything to do on my opinion on the show or anything, on Twitter and stuff, because she has such huge titties. They say she looks like a kid or something, like her face and the fact that she's short. So it's all about it's sexualizing a kid and all of that, when it's bro, she does, look at her face. That's not the face of a kid. What the fuck is wrong with you? And the main reason why I even watched this show is that people have been talking about this so much because of this bullshit. So I was interested, let's see what the big fuss is all about. There's not much of a plot of this one, so also I feel like for the other shows I need to be careful what I say because I don't want to spoil anything if people are interested in the show. While for this one is there are no spoilers. It's just comedy, slice of life, pure, nothing happens. In the first 3 episodes, really nothing happens. So it's not I can spoil anything. It's very comedy thingy. Has some ecchi boobies, butts things going on, as you can understand from this picture here. And the plot is about this guy. He is in university and Uzaki-chan is his kohai. They knew each other from high school, but then they didn't see each other for years, and then they met again in uni. And basically he's kind of a serious guy. He's kind of a loner. That's what Uzaki-chan calls him. And she is just very outgoing, very full of energy, and she just makes fun of him, annoys him. He just wants to hang out with him all the time and be like, oh, let's go here, let's do there, and then because basically she thinks he's a loner and she kind of wants to help, but what she really does is just be annoying. So this is pretty much the plot. I'm not a big fan of her personality because she's all this outgoing person and very loud in public, which is something she actually gets called out for all the time in the show. Not a big fan of Zeki-chan, but I do like Sakurai, the guy. He's interesting. It's not that interesting really, but he seems like a good person. Let's say I would like to be friends with him. Not much with her. There's also 2 interesting characters in the show. Because he works part-time in this cafe place, and the owner of the shop and his daughter are kind of funny characters, kind of interesting. But yeah, I won't say much about this show because it's pretty much just haha, funny jokes about touching boobs and touching ass and all of that. But it is kind of funny, to be honest, especially the episode 3. The 3rd episode is the one I liked the most, and it actually shows good personality traits of Uzaki-chan and not just her being annoying, which is nice. If you like girls that are kind of bully type, you find that attractive or funny or interesting or cute or anything like that, you're gonna love this because she's all bullying the guy all the time and making fun of him and all of that. I know that's an archetype on itself, so if you like that, you're gonna like this. Jamie, come here. So yeah, if you're that type of a boy, you're gonna love this. Okay, this is the second show. As you can see here on the screen, it's called Kanojo o Karishimasu. And this one I liked way more than Uzaki-chan. These are pretty much... It's not the same genre, but it's similar, because they're both like kind of romantic, kind of comedy, and some ecchi things in there. But this one I actually liked way more than Uzaki-chan. This show is actually way more interesting, and it's actually way more fun and way more... I don't know, just got more interested in that, and I'm like, oh, I actually want to know what happens next, because this one has a plot. That's not just boobs. Like, it has a real plot. It still does have a, like, sexual jokes, so if you don't like those, I guess don't watch this. But it's pretty funny, pretty interesting. It's not like the best show ever, but it's watchable. It's kind of nice. I hope I don't spoil anything. It's still like spoiling, because if you watch the first episode without having any idea what it's about, it's better. But basically, I'm gonna explain as much as I can without spoiling. The blonde girl, two of these girls I actually don't even know yet. The blonde one is called Mami, and she is the ex-girlfriend of the protagonist in the series. They basically like introduce the two characters, and he's like, "Oh, I have a girlfriend, this is nice," and then she breaks up with him immediately. And he's like this is set in university too, by the way, just so you know. So it's actually like, oh wow, two. Because I'm so used to like anime being in high school. This one is in university, and Uzaki-chan is too, so I was like, these two shows just okay, I guess. The protagonist of this series, he's called Kazuya. Yeah, Kazuya. He's basically the virgin boy archetype. He's never had a girlfriend, and he's like, oh, I'm such a virgin, and all his friends like make fun of him, or actually his friends are like virgins too, but still they're like, haha, virgins forever, oof, yikes, kind of boys, you know, that type. And there's also a lot of things about him like jerking off a lot or something, because he is the virgin boy. I like telling that to his friends. That's totally normal, I guess. So basically, this girl breaks up with him, and he's so devastated about that. And he's like, I wanna die, she was the only girl for me in my life, I am never gonna get another girl or something. He's so devastated by the idea of her going with another guy. Like, actual having... Yes. He's like browsing the internet or something, and he sees this ad for a rental girlfriend like website, and he's like, you know, fuck it, I'm so miserable, I don't fucking care anymore. And he rents a girlfriend, and the girlfriend he rents is the middle one with like brown hair. They meet up, they have the little date, and he has to pay for it because it's a rental thing. He's not actually dating her, it's paid for, she's just faking it. So then when at the end of the date she holds his hand or something like that, and he feels like, oh, we have an actual connection or something, like this is cute and this is nice. And then he goes on the reviews, and everyone is saying like, oh, she held my hand too, and all of that. So he gets pissed off because he's like, oh, she was just faking it then. Like, bro, that's the point. she gets paid to fake it. That's the whole point. He gets another date just to basically go there and shit on her. Like, she goes on this date and she says shit to her like, oh, don't you feel miserable of like faking it and like getting money from people like this and all of that. And then a lot of shit happens that I'm not gonna explain because plot. And then there's Mami, the blonde one. What she does in front of people, she's like, oh, I'm so nice and so good of a person, and she's like, oh, Kazuya-kun, I'm so cute. Or she actually calls him Kazu-kun, because she's like so cute and adorable and nice and kind to everyone. But actually she's just a big bitch and I hate her so much. Everyone hates her, I think. And he's an idiot because he falls for it. And I feel so bad for the main character because he actually falls for it. Because she acts all nice in front of him, and after she like insult him, then she goes there and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry about what I said. I'm sorry, I was kind of drunk last night and I feel so bad for all of this. And he's like, oh wait, she actually likes me. She was thinking about me all this time. No, bro. No. She's just a monster. They're all share the same amount of gray matter, so wherever new MC that is created, there's less intention. True, very true. So I like the character design and all of that, and the animation is like decent. Compared to Uzaki-chan, like the scenes where like her boobs are bouncing are like well animated, but most of the thing it's just like, bro, what the fuck. Like there's a scene where the main character is like talking about Uzaki-chan here. He's like eating soup and all you can see are like is the plate and his arm, and it's animated in such a weird way. It just this one is actually very well done. I would recommend this to anyone who wants to just have fun and not something that's very deep but still has some kind of emotion to it. If you want something that's fun and just completely brainless, you can watch Uzaki. While this one, it has a bit more depth into it, but it's still not like serious at all. It's pretty chill. It's pretty fun. I think I'm done with this one. I would recommend this. Anyways, it's pretty nice. Would recommend. Gonna probably move on to the next one. This is a show produced by MAPPA Studio, and it's like sponsored by Crunchyroll. I don't know how to put that. Licensed by Crunchyroll and all of that. And it's based off of I don't fucking know the name. Please don't. Manhwa.
Manhwa.
And it's like a Korean comic. So everything in the show has like Korean names and Korean things written all over it. Just so you know. And it is sponsored by Crunchyroll, as you can see, like from here. And in the show you can actually see Crunchyroll written in a few places, which is something I actually disliked. So back to the show. It's about this like big competition that's called the God of High School. It's a competition that's held like in the Korea of the show, and people in this universe have some kind of powers. I don't even know how to explain. They're all like big fighters, super cool fighting scenes. It's not explained yet, but yeah, everyone is like big fighting magic powers thingies. And this competition is basically a competition about people who I guess are in high school to see who's the like most powerful one. The protagonist looks like Digimon protagonist. And they're yeah, so basically everything is so fast. If you like cool fighting scenes and things that are super epic and over the top, I highly recommend this because it's very epic fights and over the top fighting scenes. Like everything is so like hyped. It's just big hype. I heard people online saying that basically the anime adaptation is not the best because they skipped a lot of things and they completely removed one character from the plot because they just wanted to make it shorter, I guess. So that's probably why it's so fast. It's probably better to just read the manhwa. One thing I noticed that's kind of funny is that they kind of censor things, which is weird because it's all about like big fights, epic, and being so fucking powerful. And then when they hit someone and they're supposed to be blood or something, they don't even show it. It's like, what? Why? There's one scene where you see blood, but that's all you see. They just like fight each other, but no one really gets hurt. The committee for the God of High School has this special way of healing people. So after they just destroy each other, they get healed with this magic bracelets and shit that just, you know, completely heal their bones. Like, they have broken spines and it's fine like this after 2 seconds. Basically, Bud Spencer and Terence Hill. Yes. The main characters in this are 3 people. Okay, the main protagonist, yeah, his name is Jin Mori. Jin Mori, yeah, I remember him. And then there are 2 other characters. The girl, the red hair girl, her name is Yumira. Yumira is the girl. My favorite one is Han Dawi. I don't know, they pronounce it in a weird way that's kind of like Dawi. And it's fun because if you know this channel, you know Dawi, the person actually that exists. He's my favorite one for now because he has an interesting kind of like philosophy, because they actually ask, I think in the first episode, why they are competing in this thing. Mr. Main character here, Jin Mori, says he just wants to fight other dudes, while Dewi here, his like reasoning for all of this was he just wants to make money, because you actually like earn money from the competition, I think. He's just like, I just wanna have money, and he's shown a lot like working his job. He's like has a job or something. Why does this guy look like a person from Digimon? Everyone is saying that. He does, to be honest, he really does. I'm gonna say one thing that happens at the end of episode 3 that's kind of a bit of a spoiler. So if you don't want to hear that, just like mute the stream for like 10 seconds or something when I say that, because if you don't want to hear, you know, spoilers ahead. Stands? It's just a thing that happens randomly at the end of the episode. It just happens and it's like, what? I don't know if that's what it is, because it's just one character that does it. It just randomly happens, and then what? The spoiler ahead. Kind of looks like Death 13, the one from JoJo. It like reminds me of that one. Yeah, I hope it's just like a specific power that one character has and not just a thing in the show. But I'm kind of afraid it's something that all reducted people can do, and I'm kind of afraid that main character is gonna end up doing that because of things that happen in episode 3. I'm not gonna say anything in case anyone wants to watch this, but yes. But the best thing about this show is the opening, so I feel like we should just we should just listen to the opening together because it's amazing.
Agachate con cielo, agapate for my penup, the prade for my penup, the prade for my penup, the prade for my penup. Marcelo, agachate con cielo.
What is this? It's the opening! It sounds exactly the same. What do you mean? So yeah, for this specific meme, I'm gonna refer to the god of high school, since it's a long name, as I'm not gonna call this like Go, never. This is Marcelo for me. So welcome to Marcelo. I feel like this one I like more than Uzaki-chan, but I still would rather watch Kanojo. Like, this and Kanojo are kind of close, but I prefer Kanojo because it's just like more of my thing. But this is kind of objectively good. The animation is pretty nice. The art style is very different. I'm not a fan. They all have like pinkish reddish noses. That kind of look like e-girl makeup. Which is kind of funny. Rhino nose. Oh my god. Yes. Can we get some Magic Kaito rhino nose? This one is it's called deca-dence. It's spelled like deca-dence, like deca dash de, like D-E-N-C-E. Like, isn't that decadence? I don't know, but they pronounce it deca-dence. It's produced by Studio Nut. Basically, humanity is living in this big, huge fortress. That's like a moving fortress, and the fortress is called deca-dence, like the name of the show. People living there, they have like different kind of jobs, and they get assigned to jobs and things. And they're like these weird animals called gaddles that just wander around like monster creature thingies. And also the way they kill these creatures is by like getting out their blood that's green, and then they use the same blood as fuel for everything basically. So it's like this energy thingy that's just used for everything in the show. I'm gonna say right away, the first episode I was so hooked because the art style pretty nice, the animation is pretty fluent, pretty nice. Like when they make like funny bits, because you know she's like a teenager and she does funny things sometimes. Everything is so cute. I feel like the first episode was had like a very good pace. Like compared to like God of High School, that was too fast. Uzaki-chan, too boring. This one actually like very well done, very interesting. My only problem, especially with episode 1, CGI. You know I don't like CGI, and there's too much of CGI in episode 1. Basically, the main character is this girl. Her father used to be a fighter, and the show starts with this scene from her childhood. She's a little girl. Her dad is out like fighting the gaddles, and the little girl just sneak out somehow, and she's out there with him. Shit happens. He dies. She is hurt. Then flash forward, she's like teenager, adult kind of thing. People her age are starting to get jobs, like getting separated into jobs. They don't actually like choose their jobs, and she gets assigned the job to like clean and maintain the like armor thingy of the fortress. So she has to work like hanging outside this big fortress and works there. Her name, by the way, is Natsume, and the guy you can see here is like her tutor, her boss, and his name is Kaburagi, and he's the best boy. Just singing. This was episode 1, and this is where shit starts to get interesting or weird, or I legit don't know what I'm watching anymore. If you think you might be interested in the show, and I'm just gonna say off the bat, like, I'm pretty interested in this one. It's probably my favorite one. If you want to listen to me and actually watch this, don't listen to what I will say from now on, because I'm gonna say things that might be a big spoiler. If you want to experience the show from like how everyone else that's watching it now experienced it, don't look it up. Don't look it up, don't listen, but I swear it's good. But now I'm gonna get to the real plot. You have this like tiny scene at the end of episode 1 where you're like, what is this? You don't understand why that scene is in there. You're just a bit confused. It's like, oh, this is like a mysterious thing. What is this? Actually, the whole entire plot that I just explained is not even real. Like, that's just the fake plot. The real plot that you see in episode 2 is that actually this is all fake. This is all a game. This is all a simulation. The entire thing that's happening here is a simulation by these like weird aliens, and Kaburagi himself actually is one of the weird aliens. His role is to eliminate bugs, and the humans are actually controlled through like chips and things, and whenever a human like starts bugging he has to go there and actually remove the chip. That's his job. And actually the warriors are like from a it's the warriors that actually like are a different race. They are all like the alien thingies that are they're basically playing a game, and there's like a rank, like in their alien world that you see, they have this rank, so it's all just a game for them, and they just play this, and based on like the rank they get money and shit, I guess. So yeah, everyone wants to be on top. Natsume is actually a bug because she was declared dead on the day she had that incident with her father. So now Kaburagi is there like, bro, should I kill this girl? Like, I'm supposed to like kill her, but he like grows, she grows in him, so he doesn't like kill her, and that's where we are right now. I don't really know if I like the big twist or not. I kind of wanted to enjoy like a normal show about the kind of lives and shit they had in the normal moving thing. The only thing I really is the art style that they use for the little alien creatures thingies. If you like whatever I just explained, I guess you could watch this one. I'm just gonna talk about Red Zero. I won't talk much about this because it's like just season 2 of Red Zero. Is actually a bit, it does have like kind of its own plot. Basically, the things I have to say about season 2 are just that the first 2 episodes I think were kind of slow. I was like, there's not much happening here. I feel like the first 2 episodes could have just happened in the first one. Episode 1 just ends with nothing, and you're there left like, oh, the episode ended, because you're kind of expecting some kind of cliffhanger, because it's like the first episode is supposed to get you hooked and get you hyped about the new season. I found it kind of boring. Like there's still things that happen, but not as much, and maybe not as fast as it could have been. I think they could have conveyed the same message, but have it more hyped if it was maybe done faster, maybe in one episode. Because at the end of episode of the of the second episode, I was actually like, bro, whoa, what is that? I'm actually so interested in this now. Episode 3 was cool, was nice, was good, was actually like back to what season 1 was, like pace wise, coolness wise, and everything else. I was there like watching it like, this is all I have to say about season 2. So yeah, this was it about the shows. I'm gonna just have a big recap. As I said, I would recommend, if you like the type of like, shit, how do I say this in a way that doesn't sound bad? Okay, generally if you like comedy, ecchi kind of shows like Monster Musume, you might like Uzaki-chan. Also, if you like the type of character, like the archetype she's like bully and haha, I make fun of the guy that I guess it's like the ship. If you like being bullied, Uzaki-chan. Kanojo Karishimasu is pretty good. Again, it's like romance comedy, slice of life thing. Kanojo has more like explicit scenes, more like fan service going on, like well drawn, like good shot and everything, while Uzaki-chan is more of like haha, big boobs and good and butt, and jokes about that. God of High School, again, Marcelo, that's all I have to say. Deca-dence is one of my favorite ones, but could be kind of boring, I guess, because it's something that a lot of people say, oh, this is like that one show, or like that one other show. So just do. I guess if you want to watch it, just watch it. If you don't. I like the animation style, the art style. It's pretty cool. It's like overall good execution. So I feel like this concludes it. Is this how you say it, bro? I don't know.
Marcelo, agáchate con Marcelo.